Marjorie from Lose Weight by Eating. I'm going to show you how to make some amazing donuts. They're going to be apple cinnamon donuts with a delicious glaze on top. They're going to be itty little bitty baby ones. You're not going to feel bad about them, and your entire house is going to smell like fall. I realize for some people it's still hot out there, but for me it just feels like fall. My husband went and got us some amazing eggs from our local egg farmer, which just speaks fall to me. It's been getting cold outside and the vines out on the vineyards started to turn red. It's just beautiful around here. So, even though it's 90 degrees outside, it feels like fall inside. And let's go ahead and get started on our delicious donuts. Now, all you need, you don't even need to get the big mixer out. Just go ahead and use a bowl and a whisk, or just a regular fork will work. You're going to put in your bowl 1 cup of organic white flour, 1/2 cup of organic sugar. You can see that it's kind of grainy and kind of brown. Honestly, white sugar will be fine, but this is just a little bit better for you. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now, my family used to own a shop called Foster's Donuts when I was little, and all of my earliest memories are of being behind the counter, having my birthday parties there, and so I cannot wait to share this with my daughter. I'm going to add some cinnamon because they're apple cinnamon, and I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon, maybe a little bit more for fun. Not that much more though. There we go. And that's all my dry ingredients. I'm going to use my whisk. The one thing I love about this recipe is a lot of baking recipes, you take your dry ingredients, you put them in one bowl, whoops, and then you put your wet ingredients into another bowl and then you combine them. This one is easy in that you just make a little well in the middle and then just start adding. So I'm going to add 1/3 cup of almond milk, original unsweetened. 1 egg. Now, if you can get it local, I promise you these will taste about 1,000 times better. And some melted butter, 1 tablespoon. About a teaspoon. I'm all floury. A teaspoon of really good vanilla. And I'm going to whisk all this. Combine it all. And then I've got 2 more ingredients. You want to do it just until it's just combined. You don't want them to start getting tough. I'm going to add a tablespoon of real pure maple syrup and 1/2 cup of applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. I like to get these little organic applesauces. These are always 1/2 cup. I always know how much I've got. When I get the big tubs, somehow they go bad before I even get a chance to go through all of them. So I highly recommend these little cups. I'm sure I've already told you that, but it's one of my favorite tips. I'm going to add this in, using my whisk to help me out. And that's it, really. I'm going to whisk it all together. You want it to be runny. You do not want it to be thick. All right. Quickly move all this out of the way, and I'm going to start filling my little tins. Hold your vanilla aside, you're still going to be using that. You still gotta make it glaze. So, I have these little baby tins. I haven't tried it, but I bet if you wanted to make these without any tins, you could probably do donut holes. They might not be cute, but I promise you they're gonna taste good. So all you're going to do is fill these a little bit over halfway full. There's 12 in each. You're gonna make about 24 of these little babies. And you'll see how easily they pour. I just do one side, and then it kind of, as I'm going through the rest, it'll scoot over for me on its own. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can always clean them up right before you serve them or right before you cover them. And if you're gonna do these for, say, like a Halloween party for kids, oh my goodness, just get all kinds of fun colored sugars. And I know I shouldn't be saying that, but I mean, come on, for kids at least it's gonna be all natural. Get some colored sugars, some of that fun stuff, and let them go to town decorating these babies. Be a lot of fun to do it for Halloween. All right. My patience is getting the best of me. So I'm going to stick these ones in. I'm going to finish this one in a minute because I can't wait to start on the glaze for the ones I've already got ready for you. These only need, in a 425-degree oven, they only need about 5 minutes. Once they give you a little bit of pushback, that's when they're done. Put them on the bottom. All right. So I'm going to set my timer. And I'm going to get started on the glaze. A lot of people start to freak out when they watch my videos. They say, oh my gosh, you're using so much sugar. And honestly, I would much rather see you use real sugar that your body knows how to process than fake stuff, than chemicals. I lost 150 pounds and I was eating scones every single day, cookies, all that stuff with real sugar. Please don't shy away from it. Try it for 1 week and I promise you'll feel 1,000 times better. Splenda, all that stuff, bad news. So I've got 2½ cups of powdered sugar or confection sugar. It's really, really, really fine. And I have had people from Canada ask me because they weren't sure about it. So I know it's called different things, but I know we call it here in the United States powdered sugar or confection sugar. And it's really just like, well, powder. It's like baby powder. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of almond milk. If you're allergic to almonds, just do regular milk or whatever you prefer. I like almond milk because it has 1/10 of the calories. It's got tons of protein and it boosts your metabolism, so you can't go wrong with it. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of vanilla. I want this to be really sweet. And using my earlier whisk, I'm going to combine this. These little whisks are great, but honestly, just use a fork if you don't have a good whisk. I got these on Amazon for like $3.50 and I have been wanting them for years, so I indulged. All right, once you've got this all combined, look how delicious that looks already. Sugar heaven. This is just like a glaze that you would put on a donut at a regular donut shop. Like my old Foster's Donut Shop in Simi Valley. All right. Time to get started. I made some of these little babies earlier because I knew I was not going to be able to wait. I was going to want to start glazing with you guys right away. You're going to want to use a pie tin or something shallow to put just a little bit of your glaze in, because you're going to be going in sections. I highly recommend glazing them twice. More glaze is always more fun, right? All right, just enough to cover the bottom. A few lumps, just squish them. And just going to take your little donuts, drop them in. Oh, wow, look at that. And then set them aside. And it'll start to drip down. Some of these I overdid. So there's just a little bitty hole, but even better, I remember those in the stores. A real donut store like Foster's Donuts, there's no such thing as a perfectly round donut. There's something really beautiful about these little guys not being completely perfect. You know that they were made at home. So I'm going to let these ones set. I'm going to let them harden just a little bit. It'll be just like a regular glaze on a donut where it'll kind of crunch a little bit. But I'm going to try one with you guys right now. All right. They're so good. The glaze is really sweet. I know I'm going to want to dip them one more time. You can taste the apples and the cinnamon, and they're all ooey gooey and cake-like, and just you can get a view of how just yummy, yummy these are. Now, if you want to do them as big donuts, go for it. Just look on the back of when you buy the donut tin, look on the back and see what degrees it says and how long it says, and just go by that. Use the batter, use the glaze, just change up the length of your time. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. I've got lots more recipes on my website, which we'll put down below for you. Make sure to check me out at tonetiki.com for all of my recipes, including lots and lots of metabolism boosting recipes. And also check me out on Facebook at Lose Weight by Eating. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and happy cooking.